Hi and welcome to another episode of Lesby Cooking. Today we are going to make a pasta with cream sauce and chicken. So I'm going to show you the ingredients. We're going to have some garlic, lots of garlic. We have some chicken that's already cut up, chicken thighs, season it with salt, pepper, garlic powder. We have some cremini mushroom, heavy whipping cream, and Parmesan cheese. We have the pasta boiling. The only pasta they had in the store were these curly ones, the multicolored curly ones. So that's what we're using. We went ahead and salted the water and we put the pasta in. So I'm gonna finish cutting the cremini mushrooms. So again, for this cream pasta, you can put whatever ingredients you want in it. We're just putting some mushroom and some chicken. You can use any mushroom. I like to use the cremini mushroom in a cream sauce just because I think it holds up a little better. So cremini is just a baby portobello. So we're just gonna show you how to cut. So we're cutting the cremini mushrooms. Like to kind of just dust off any dirt, and then I already cut the ends off of these, and I just kind of like to place them and cut them. Just tuck your fingernails and your fingers and just go ahead and cut them. You like bigger chunks, you can cut it bigger. You just like nice thin slices. So with the chicken, I went ahead and coated with flour, and then we're gonna cook it in a pan with canola oil. Okay, so our oil's hot. It's on medium. Just gonna go ahead and start putting it in, and then we're gonna cook the chicken till it's cooked through and medium brown. Okay, so the chicken's been cooking. Like golden brown, went ahead and flipped them.
So I'm cutting some basil, chiffonade style. It's gonna go in the cream sauce for the garlic cream.
It's already washed and fluffed.
Yep. So just like in the bruschetta video we did earlier last week, we're gonna pile up the basil leaves, roll it up, and then cut them in. Butter has melted down, it's heated up, it's bubbling, it's perfect. That's what we want to see. Now you're going to add your garlic. We like to press ours in the garlic press. You can chop it up if you'd like. You can slice it. If you want, you can just smash it as a whole garlic clove. however you like. You're just gonna want to coat the garlic with all that butter and olive oil goodness.
And then when you press it, it releases a lot of garlic flavor. I like garlic, so I put about 20 cloves in there.
Oh yeah. So I mean, it's up to you. If you're not so much of a garlic person, you can go ahead and use a few cloves. If you love garlic like us, reload it up. So you're just gonna want to cook this down till it's a little slightly golden, till it turns a little bit of color. You don't want to get it too dark because it will bring out the bitterness in the garlic, and it'll make for a bitter sauce, and no one wants that. At least I don't. So the next step, so we can see the garlic. It's not brown, but it is slightly more yellow color. Got a little bit of brown bits in there. That's okay. So now you're gonna add your heavy cream. So this is gonna stop the burning of or cooking of the garlic. So this is about maybe a quarter gallon that I put in here. It really just depends on how much sauce you like. If you like a very wet pasta, then of course you're gonna want to make more sauce. So this is gonna heat up for a bit. I'm gonna cook it down just till it bubbles a little bit, and then we'll add in our mushrooms and Parmesan sauce. Hey guys, so our sauce, the cream had heated up, so I went ahead and added the mushrooms. Next we're gonna go ahead and add the Parmesan cheese. So I preferably like to use shredded, just like that. So we're gonna go ahead and add, that's maybe about a half cup. Unfortunately, the grocery store I went to did not have any more shredded Parmesan cheese, so we're actually going to use shaved, which is totally fine. It might take just a little longer to melt, but that's okay. So we're going to start off with that. So about maybe 1 cup of Parmesan cheese. And you're going to go ahead and start around, incorporate it into the sauce so it gets melted. And you're going to taste it to see if that's enough cheese. And we're also going to add salt and pepper before we add the basil. Alrighty, so you can see that the sauce incorporated with the cheese and the mushrooms is heating up. It's a little bubbly, almost a little foamy. That's a great sign. So we're going to go ahead and add some salt and pepper to taste. A few dashes here. I like pepper, so I add a little more. And mix it up, stir it up. So we have seasoned it to taste. It's nice and bubbly, it's heating up. So we're gonna turn down the heat just a bit to maybe 2. Just so it's still heating up but not cooking, because all the cheese is already melted.
Oh, don't put, what if people don't like the basil? Okay, go ahead.
Stop it.
Is that what you put in the one in the main? Yes. Okay, just put it in.
Hey guys, so we've seasoned it to taste. All the cheese is melted, so I went ahead and turned down the heat to 2, just so it stays warm. And we're gonna go ahead and add our basil. We can add it to taste. So I always add the basil last because it doesn't necessarily have to cook.
And if they don't like the basil, they can keep it out.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So we're just incorporating it into the sauce. You can add however much you'd like. So go ahead and see. That's about right. So you don't want your sauce boiling. You just want to keep it at an even heat, just so it's kind of subtly bubbling, just like that. And now that everything is incorporated, we can turn the heat off. I usually like to let this sit on the side for like maybe a minute or 2. But you know what? Because we're running out of time, I'm gonna go ahead and just dump the pasta in. All you have to do is add the pasta. You can use whatever pasta you like. Like Jillian said, there weren't any spaghetti noodles at the store, so
any type of noodle. They just had the pasta.
They had either elbows or fusilli, rainbow colored. So that's what we're using.
this is already cooked pasta ahead of time.
Usually I like to add, or I like to save some of the pasta water after it's done cooking and add it to the sauce, just so the sauce sticks to the noodles. But that didn't happen today, which is okay. But that's a little tip for all you pro pasta makers out there. We're just gonna go ahead and mix this up, make sure it's evenly coated, and as the sauce cools down, it will thicken, so don't worry if it looks very soupy. It's gonna thicken and it will stick to the noodles. And that's how you make garlic cream pasta.